not doing it. I had to let it start. I always import the audio, and then if there's like something really funny we say in the first like 10 seconds, I have to use Riverside's audio, so I let ours get going.
Touche. You've done this before.
I've been here once or twice.
69 times. No homo.
Kayla said something yesterday, and then I said something, and she was like, touche. Yeah. And then, I don't know how we got there, but I was like, what did I say? It was like, see what I mean, or see what I did there, I think. And I told her that touche was see what I did there in French. She was like, is it really?
I know it's French. What does it really mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe. I also know it's French.
I'm going to say it means good point, and I'm now going to Google it because I'm kind of curious because I say touche all the time.
Same.
What does he say?
Voulez-vous say avec soi?
Yeah. Bitches. Bam, and then that little Wayne song starts. It's great.
I thought that was Christina Aguilera.
It is, but he does. It's Wayne. He steals everyone else's.
Maybe I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, you have. Vous say avec moi, bitches.
I probably heard it.
Yeah, you've heard it.
How about even ya?
Touche. What's the word I'm trying to?
Touche.
Translated. There you go. Ha.
Okay.
The word touche in French interjection that translates to touched or hit.
What?
It's primarily used in two contexts: fencing, to acknowledge a hit, and in general conversation to admit that a good point has been made against you. So you made a good point, like in fencing. Got it.
What's the touched thing?
It translates to touched or hit. Today I learned. Turn that into a short. You can play a little Wayne in the background. Bam, bam. We can just get off right now. We're done. All
right. These sports kids.
We out. And you know what? I'm going to get my finger ready because I was about to prematurely do it.
Yeah, I heard you say, and we're not
going to start. Welcome back to episode 70 of the Poor Choices Show, podcast where we drink until our opinions become facts.
Unless, of course, that opinion is that a gorilla could take 100 men, in which case the opinions are just wrong.
Let's make some poor choices.
The fridge keeps them pretty cold. That's not warm.
Subscribe. Damn, you're going to start like that, huh?
Here for the good time.
It's funny. Elisa texted me this morning and was like, average man can't even run a mile without puking. I was like, yeah, I know. And then I texted her later about something. And I was like, I thought you were going to be at my store today doing some admin. She's like, no, I'm training to fight a gorilla. I was like, okay. Nice.
Did you get of course they'd lose if she was training him?
I did see that. Yeah.
Did you send that to her?
I don't think I did.
I felt a little bad about saying it. I just Googled her and saw she was like the regional training manager, and I was like, that'll be funny to say.
It also works in the context because she's a big
fighter,
gym person, and used to be like personal trainer and into all that stuff. And
no, I was going with her regional training abilities.
So let's see. Hold on. Where did we leave off? So, what did I send you last? Hold on. I think I got it here. Let's see. I sent you the one that says, all jokes aside, I do love the banter you guys have, and I do think he's funny, but the Eliza Thornberry shit is going to get him punched in the face. So she, her biggest tick is
sorry, I'm not cultured, and I don't know any other Elizas.
It's like her biggest irk is somebody mispronouncing her name, so the fact that you did that makes it so good.
I wasn't mispronouncing it, though. I was just referring to her as Eliza Thornberry. Because that was the only Eliza I knew.
And you said, how much smoke she want? I said, she puts you in the ground. You said, of course, 100 men are going to lose with her training. And the last thing I sent
that was my smoke.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a topic. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I literally told him, she'll put you in the ground. You should just stop. She said, he really should take a trip to Florida, not knowing you live in Florida. He gives off 5'5" energy, and I really want to know if I'm right. I said he lives in Tampa. He's 5'10", I think. And she said that track, same thing. I said, this is definitely going to be a topic when we record tomorrow. And she said, him giving off 5'5" energy, question mark. I said, oh, I'm bringing it all up. So be ready for some defensive, never wrong energy. Can't wait to chime in as a long-time lurker, first-time commenter. You can also tell him my 7-year-old thinks he would win with 99 others against a gorilla, but that doesn't make it true. So yeah, that's true.
That's fair. Sounds fun.
Does
she have a mic and headphones?
No. That would be pretty funny though. That would be pretty funny.
Matt did not seem like he cared at all about our banter.
I know he was like at a really big birthday party with his daughter, so it was like having to like deal with a million kids running around and craziness, and
yeah, that's always fun.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't know.
Well, you want some questions?
I do.
We'll start dumb and then we'll get into conversation.
Okay. Start dumb. I like it.
Why does grape flavored stuff taste like purple and not grapes?
So you like a grape soda?
Yeah.
It's just like the manufacturer.
Or even like grape juice, I guess.
It's just like banana and fake watermelon. None of those taste like real watermelon.
Yeah, but we've already talked about the banana though. Like that extract tastes like what bananas used to taste like.
Right. I mean, there is some things that like grape juice is close.
Closer, I guess.
Yeah, because it actually has grape juice in it. I mean, a lot
Right.
of sugar. Yeah. Honestly, I prefer the fakey grape.
Yeah, I would be upset if I had popped a Fanta and it tasted like grapes.
Yeah, or like Big League Chew and it tasted like a fruit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So why? I think, I don't know. I guess it worked in the lab whenever they discovered this taste, and they rolled with it and it passed all the tests, and you know.
What do you think that test was?
This tastes pretty good. All right, let's put it out.
Now, do you think it tastes like purple because it is purple, or do you think like if you were
No.
colorblind and you like tasted it, you'd be like,
yeah,
I don't know what purple is, but
right. Yeah, kind of like blue raspberry. That's not a fruit, but you know, it's a manufactured flavor, and they went, oh yeah, this will work.
So why did it stick around so long? Because it sucks.
You don't like grape flavored things? I love
blue raspberry.
I love blue raspberry.
I hate blue raspberry. And how come there's no like raspberry flavored stuff?
Sure,
it's
there
just
is.
blue.
The dark red Tootsie Pops raspberry.
But it's not as prominent. Like you can't go get a raspberry Jolly Rancher.
I think raspberry is more used with like desserty stuff than like sweets. Not like desserts are sweet too, but like more so like on the candy side of things. You don't
like
see
a
as
Jolly
much.
Rancher.
Yeah, Jolly Rancher, or like an Airhead or Starburst and stuff like that. But if you go into the realm of like some cheesecakes or milkshakes or ice cream, you start seeing raspberry work its way in.
So what is the blue in blue raspberry?
The color.
So it still tastes like raspberry?
But blue.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why don't they just call, like you're saying they use it more in like cake and shit, but it is in the candy. They just call it blue. Is that like so you don't get confused with cherry?
I think blue
no, because then they have like
better.
Strawberry.
I think blue sells better, to be honest, than dark red. You want this nice,
I don't know why,
bright
but that
blue,
sounds racist.
Like what's the ices, right? Like the icy machine you'd see at like a movie theater or something. There's a bright red one for cherry and a bright blue one for blue raspberry.
Yeah, so obviously red does well.
Yeah, but that blue raspberry as a kid, you're like, ooh, a blue drink? Yeah, bring it on.
Just don't take that purple drink.
Don't take that purple drink. You remember that's my senior quote, right?
Yes.
In our yearbook is, I want that purple drink.
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh man.
I was such an idiot.
Well, let's stick with blue. How high up does the sky start?
At the ground. Like the smallest measurement you can think of above the ground, it starts there.
I don't think I like that.
But you're
like,
up.
So you're in
ground's down, sky's up.
I'm awake. Yeah. No?
Put your hands in the sky and look. My hands
it's
are in the
put your
sky.
hands in the air.
Oh, I was
If
thinking
you're
of
a true player.
No, I was thinking of a different Biggie song. It says, "Put your
Oh.
hands in the sky." That word. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I think he just said that because he died and he knew he was going up anyway.
Do you go up when
So
you're a felon?
Yeah, I think if you rap enough about God, he'll probably let you in.
He's a true dog, and all dogs go to heaven. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they say.
I'm going with anything not on the ground. Sky.
That got me, not that what you said reminded me of something I thought the other day about how they say like men are dogs. And like that's supposed to be like a negative connotation. Like dogs are always happy. They're loyal. They're always down for whatever. But like the whole like, oh, men are dogs. Like that's supposed to be negative.
Well, because dogs will hump anything, I think is the connotation that's going for.
So just fuck all the good shit about them. We're just going to focus on that.
Yeah. Come on. Haven't you? Yeah. That's
Haven't I been alive?
Yeah. Have you not noticed that like throughout your lifetime?
Yeah. I thought of that and I was like, So
I was going to say, it made me think when we were talking about the senior quotes, if like David right now sitting in that chair could like warp back in time real quick to when you're picking your senior quote, what would you have him write?
it would be the same thing it is.
Oh, it wouldn't be like Trump 2020 or like, or 18 or whatever it was, or like Jerry makes me drink or
Buy Bitcoin or something.
buy Bitcoin. That's a good one.
No, I think I'd stick with Dion.
Okay. Wow. You wouldn't change it at all, huh? Wow.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't carve anything different into Coconut Joe's above the urinal if I could go back either.
No, definitely not. That's a
I was
staple.
just well, that was my senior quote.
I just figured now as a dad and a husband and, you know, been through the military and there might be something besides Dion that you would write in your...
But what would I make it? Like, what are you...
You would make it...
thinking?
You would make it...
Like the wheels on the bus go round and round.
No, not like that, but like...
Pain heals, chicks dig scars.
Tell Schenkel not to race you at that stoplight in this many years.
See, you're like approaching it from a way that's like, hey, tell yourself about something in the future. As if like I've fucking looked at my yearbook and seen your quote in the last 20 years.
That's what I'm imagining though, is like you're sitting there in the auditorium. Remember they had us all in there with like a piece of paper.
Yeah, I remember.
And like you just appear like over your shoulder, like, what's up, dude? It's me. Write this, and then you disappear. Right,
but like I don't think I've looked at it since probably like 2009. So like if I'm like giving myself a message in the future, like I'm not going to get it.
But yeah, you would, because if somebody just if your future self randomly appeared when you were 18 and then disappeared, you'd always remember that and try to know.
Oh, so I'm telling myself when I go back, like, hey,
you literally show
this.
up and you're like, hey man, write this. All right, see you later.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin then.
Buy Bitcoin?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, when this shit's like
invest in Amazon,
1/2000th of a cent, like dump your life savings in it.
Tell your parents to buy it. Tell your friends to buy it. Yeah.
Nah, fuck them.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just go home.
I'll take care of them when I'm a trillionaire.
Would you though?
Yeah.
If you had $1 trillion and I was like, David, let me get a bill.
Oh no, I said my parents. What's a bill?
A billion.
Like a billion or like a dollar bill?
$1 billion out of $1 trillion? $1 billion?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what? 1 million of those?
You'd still have 999 billion left.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how you have to think about it. Like
maybe I'm trying to, because that's not fun. Like
so
maybe I just wouldn't tell anyone, and like I'd be like, hey Chris, let's go shopping, and then we'd get in the car and I'd be like, okay, anywhere you want to go, anything you can have, it's on me.
Oh,
and then I would just take you there and buy it for you.
We'd go to Tennessee and I'd have you buy me my my compound.
Buy you Tennessee,
or just like a county. I don't need much.
Do that.
Yeah. Just buy me the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. I'd give you a bill.
Cool. Thanks, man.
I'd say I'll give you a bill after you learn to edit the podcast.
Oh, I'd just quit my job right now and I'd learn tonight, David. I'd just be shotgunning C4s like.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll do a, I guess, somewhat serious, debatable one.
Okay.
Do you brush your teeth with hot water or cold water?
It's kind of in the middle, and it's not by my doing. It's just the temperature of my sink in my bathroom. Like, it doesn't get, like, it's on the coldest setting, and it's still kind of warm.
You don't have the time for the amount of time it takes to get to one or the other?
I could care less. It's like, I'd say it's kind of close to room temperature water, to be honest.
Okay, so if it was like instantaneous temperature, which one would you do?
Probably on the cooler side, but not like as cold as it can get.
Okay. I'm with you. So I guess not much of a debate.
No.
I don't like, just like when it's warm, it just feels,
No.
I don't know. I don't like it. It's like soup.
I do mouthwash first, and then...
You do it first? Now that's debatable.
No, man. So mouthwash first.
Why?
So dentist, dude, man, homeboy said mouthwash first.
Is that his title?
Yeah. And so if you
wouldn't take
mouthwash
his advice.
second, you're rinsing out all the fluoride in the toothpaste that's supposed to sit on your teeth and protect it throughout the day. All the alcohol in your mouthwash is going to wash it away. So you brush last, don't rinse, you just let that, you spit, but just let that toothpaste sit.
The order of mouthwash in your oral hygiene routine can be a matter of personal preference and depends on the type of mouthwash you're using. Generally, the recommendation is to use mouthwash after brushing and flossing, as this helps remove any remaining food particles and freshen your breath.
Yeah, it will, but it'll also get rid of what toothpaste is supposed to do. My mom uses hydrogen peroxide, and I'm like, I am not doing that. She keeps telling me to do it for mouthwash.
Like how does that taste?
That's what I said. And she's like, oh, it's fine. You don't really taste anything. Like,
except the hydrogen peroxide?
Yeah. Like, I can't bring myself to put hydrogen peroxide in my mouth. She does it every day. Every day.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So, Mom, if you're listening, which you probably are at some point, convince us to try.
Yeah, it would take a lot.
Okay.
So apparently the Mayo Clinic recommends using mouthwash after brushing. National Health Service recommends avoiding mouthwash right after brushing. And the ADA states that you may choose to use mouthwash before or after.
Well, then tell us in the comments, do you mouthwash before or after? Because, so floss, mouthwash to get out anything that flung out or got kicked loose from the flossing, and then brush teeth. It's my routine.
Interesting. Well,
Totes.
you're always supposed to use mouthwash after 69. We'd learn that.
True.
So, okay.
Good question, I think.
Yeah, same. Maybe I'll try brushing my teeth with warm water after I use mouthwash.
Okay. And are you like a classic, just like clear blue Listerine kind of mouthwash guy, or are you like some fancy purple something or yellow? Or
Nah, I don't like that. You know, I love my mint, so I'm just straight blue, homie.
Straight blue, homie. Just like that raspberry.
Yeah, fuck that raspberry.
So it's June?
5 o'clock somewhere?
Oh, yeah. I was going to hint more towards it's kind of right in the heart of Major League Baseball, but
when the Orioles still suck.
Oh man, they're.
Remember when I asked you like 20 games into the season, like, are we just off to a rough start? And you're like, there's a lot of time.
There's a lot of time, but the IL has grown tremendously. It's not looking great, but so far so good. This past week and a half, they've been playing much better, but we'll see. But what I have for you in the baseball realm, David, is I got a list of the funniest minor league baseball team names.
Okay.
I want to see how you feel about them.
Okay.
I literally came up with this when I was taking a shit 20 minutes ago. So, so I can say the team name and then you can guess.
I'll just guess what
level
team
or
what
farm
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll guess the team.
All right, so first team up is the Albuquerque Isotopes.
What is an isotope?
It's a thing in science. That's all I got.
Yeah, I was going to say something with like chemistry, right?
It's also the name of the baseball team in The Simpsons. It's the Isotopes. Springfield Isotopes.
So
I think it's something with like
again?
nuclear energy.
Thermal fission.
You rods.
Albuquerque.
Yeah. I'd say probably the worst team in baseball for the past decade.
Orioles? The White Sox?
No. The other one.
The Cubs?
No, God, no. Cubs are great.
Well, you said other one. The other Chicago?
No, the other shitty team. Like, I think of the White Sox and this team when you say shitty baseball currently.
The Expos.
No, it's Colorado Rockies.
They ain't been good since Larry Walker, huh?
That's right. And who's the Hispanic dude?
Omar Vizquel?
No.
Nomar Garciaparra?
No. He played for
You
the
want me
Rockies.
to just start spouting off fucking Mexican names?
What was that guy's name? There was a V in there.
Omar Vizquel?
No. He was an Indian.
No, he was a Mexican.
Vladimir
Putin. Guerrero?
No.
Vinny Castilla?
Is it Vinny? Let me see. It is Vinny.
Craig Counsell?
Yeah, Vinny.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, next one. Got the Lansing Lugnuts.
The Tigers.
Not the Tigers. Close in geographical. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I excel there. Probably should have pulled up a list of baseball teams.
All right, I'll give you a hint. Right over the border.
The Expos.
Well, no, because they're in D.C. now. The other one.
Who is up there?
Same division as the Orioles.
The Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. The Blue Jays.
I figured, Detroit, Motor City, Lugnuts.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Not enough,
right.
I guess.
Next one up is the Akron Rubber Ducks.
How about the who was that? The Marlins?
Well, Akron is in...
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, didn't the Marlins have someone on their team that was like fucking a 12-year-old or something? So I figured Rubber Ducks.
Tampa did. Tampa did.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then Tampa.
No, not Tampa. This one's quite literally in the same state.
The Reds?
Other one.
The Omar Vizquels?
The Omar Vizquels, that's correct. All right, next one is the Great Falls Voyagers.
How about the Dodgers?
Nope, you already guessed this team.
The Expos?
Nope, none of these are going to be the Expos because they're not a team.
The White Sox?
White Sox, there you go. All right, the Biloxi Shuckers. That might be my favorite one, although Lugnuts.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Biloxi Shuckers.
Are they close to Biloxi?
Yeah, kind of. In proximity.
The Rangers.
No. Oh, that's where Biloxi is. Then no.
Where'd you think it was?
I was thinking Indiana.
Isn't it in Mississippi?
Yeah, it is.
So no.
Yeah,
So
no.
Indiana.
I also thought it said the Biloxi Shockers, and I was going to be like, all right, give them a nice shocker, brah. Just think about what made you burp right there.
Beer. The Rockies.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the Brewers?
Brewers. There you go.
Okay.
Brewers. How about the Lee Valley Iron Pigs? This is a AAA team.
The Pirates?
You're close. That is a great guess. You're real close.
The Phillies?
Yeah, Phillies.
How are you going to have a team that close to the Steel City and not be the Pirates farm? Okay, whatever.
Awesome. All right, I got the Jamestown Jammers. Just try and
the Cardinals.
try and go off of So Jamestown is in
The Nationals.
close, getting closer. You said this team very recently.
The Expos?
Nope. Like literally the last one.
The Pirates?
Pirates. Yep. Yarr. All right, we got 1, 2, 3 more. All right, Vermont Lake Monsters. Not anywhere close, quite honestly, as far away as possible from this team.
You said Vermont?
Mm-hmm. They're a short season A, so they're not even single A. Jesus.
The Diamondbacks?
No, but definitely out west.
The Dodgers?
Not the Dodgers.
The Angels?
Not the Angels.
The Mariners?
Not the Mariners.
The Giants?
Not the Giants.
The Padres?
Not the Padres.
I think I just named every team that's the furthest away from them.
There's one more that's about to move.
The A's.
The A's. The A's.
Okay.
All right. How about, you ready for this? Brevard County Manatees.
The Rays?
Nope. This team has already been said. I didn't know this was a thing.
I think there's only like 3 I didn't say. I don't even know if there's that. The one that has been said.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlins.
No, it does. Their city does start with an M, though.
The Twins. I haven't said them yet.
Haven't said them yet.
No. City does start with an M?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally Miami, Milwaukee, and Minnesota.
Oh, yep. You said it in there.
Oh, you went 2 for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers?
The Brews.
Huh.
The Teddies. And last but not least, they've since changed. I've actually been to some of these games. The Savannah Sand Gnats.
The White Sox.
No, not the White Sox. This is a team you haven't said yet. Your hint is going to be Dad.
The Yankees?
The other one.
The Mets. I did say them.
The Mets. Oh, you did? Oops. So there you go. There's my top 10 funniest. The few that didn't make the list were Fort Wayne Tin Caps for the Padres. And that was the last one. I could have just done that one. Oh, well, too late.
We here now.
Moving on. A funny story I could tell, I guess.
Quick little funny story.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
Was it about racism?
No. Was also today, I was running some product from my store to a different store, and I was pulling in, and I was on the phone with Matt, actually, and we're just talking the logistics of all these big orders we got going on, and in the middle, I was like, wait a minute, and he's like, what? I was like, there's this lady chasing a goose right in front of me. And I was like, but it's caught on my dash cam, so that's perfect. I can't wait to upload that. So I think it was injured. And when I said lady, like as I got closer, it was like a teenage girl and like her friends, and like she had caught said goose. I don't know if my dash cam caught it all, but I can't wait to, or a swan. It was a big white bird. And yeah, that happened. But the funny story I wanted to tell, that just kind of made me think of that. That was like an hour ago. My dad texted me because I go on my yearly camping trip to Maryland next month, as we always do. He's like, hey, do you want anything specific, to eat while we're out there? And I was like, no, we always eat great. Nothing specific. I trust you. It's always good. He's like, well, okay. Any like drinks or anything? And I was like, well, actually, I stopped drinking beer like in like February, March, whenever it was. He was like, oh, that's a choice.
Didn't know I raised a bitch?
I was like, and then I responded with, I didn't stop drinking though. And he went, all right. I was like, so, I've been doing Tito's LaCroix or like high noons. He's like, gotcha. Okay, no problem.
I wouldn't have admitted that.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. My belt has to go tighter. I had to buy a new pair of pants. So far, so good.
Yeah. But your
Dignity.
Drinks
go
aren't, yeah, they're just not.
Actually.
Like it's like part of quality of life is getting better and the other isn't.
I did have a beer when I was in St. Louis. I did. I had a summer shandy, if you want to call it a beer. That was also the first time I had eaten bread in several months. So that morning we were training with all this new product, and we're tasting all the new product, and we're eating a bunch and more eating and tasting and more. And we got to the airport early to have like some drinks and lunch, and I ate more. I had a burger. I was like, I'm on vacation. I'm on a trip. Everything's paid. I've already been eating bread. I'm going to get a burger. And I had all that. And David, I'm sitting on the plane, and I'm telling you the worst case of bubble guts I've ever had in my life. Like to the point where like I was like closing my eyes and like clenching as stuff was just exploding inside me. And it was the
worse
worst
than that chicken
experience.
Sandwich you had here,
David,
and had to drive home.
David, it was like physical pain for the entire plane ride of just like I think I lifted off my toilet seat when I finally got home 3 hours later. It was the worst experience I've ever had.
Took 2 flights that day, huh?
Man, it was bad. It was bad. This is my quick little shindig for you.
Well, I can segue that 2 places.
Pick the first one.
Okay. Well, speaking of Maryland, have you heard anything in the news, Mr. I don't have social media?
See, Mount Etna went boom. Sahara dust
is Maryland?
coming. No, it's in Italy. Oh, specific to Maryland.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Why would I say? Would I say? Speaking of Maryland, have you heard any news in the world?
Natural blonde as a kid. Listen. Tyreek Hill is probably going to be a Baltimore Raven.
No, I think more. Okay, clearly you haven't heard it.
One of the MD Foodie boys died.
Ooh, no.
Damn.
We're not that lucky.
I mean, I'm not wishing death on any kid. I didn't mean it like that. But
I mean, they're not that unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did not hear any Maryland news lately.
Okay. Let's start with this.
Okay.
How do you feel about the death penalty?
I think it's right for certain situations.
Okay. Such as? Like an eye for an eye?
Yeah. Especially anything that has to do with like serial killers, for sure. Anything with kids, see you later. What else? Because there are
so
like
not just like if you kill someone,
murder.
You should be killed.
Not
like that's only fair, right? Like you took a life, shouldn't you have yours taken?
I'd say I'm like 60-40 on that. Like the 60 being they should.
Okay. Now, do you think all states should have it? Like, do you think it should be a federal thing and not like each state gets to say, yeah, we're going to do it?
I would say yes, but that's the point of our states is we can govern and make the majority of our own laws that we don't have to follow exactly what the government's telling us to.
Yeah, but so say you live in one state, say you live in a state with the death penalty and you go and kill 40 people in a state that doesn't.
I see what you mean.
Like
in that scenario, yes.
I get the like governing ourselves, but I feel like when
I
it
would
comes
need
to
to
something
know
as severe as that,
what the exact law is. So are you saying if you murder somebody and the federal government says it's automatic death penalty, do I agree with that?
I'm just saying if regardless of what it is, I think it should apply in all states. So if it's like, you know, if it's premeditated or if it's, I guess it's going to be different in each state and there might not even be a law. I guess it's like judge's discretion. But I think that discretion should be
up
nationwide.
To the state? Oh, nationwide.
No, up to, yeah. Because like if you're going to mass murder somebody or people, I guess
just
not
be able
somebody.
to live out the rest of your life because you live in
right.
California.
Whereas if you did it here, yeah. Like
then I'd agree with that.
I don't. Okay. Well, let me read this news article for you, and
I don't know if I want to hear
it because Maryland does not have the death penalty.
I didn't think so. It's a weird state.
It's a stupid one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, from Anne Arundel County, Maryland.
Oh shit! I know where that is.
Investigators are reviewing a newly surfaced video that is now part of the investigation into two teens charged with the murder of a Davidsonville business owner. The footage allegedly shows the suspects torching the victim's truck with the victim bound inside. What we know. The suspects, 18-year-old Jonah Poole of Davidsonville and Kylie Dakes of Harwood, are accused of killing 67-year-old, I'll leave his name out, the owner of Tropic Bay Water Gardens. Both suspects are now facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder, arson, and assault. Police say Koza was bound at the hands, arms, and mouth with tape, placed in the backseat of his own pickup truck, and set on fire in the parking lot of his business on May 24th.
The fuck? What, he's selling some bad plants? Like, what the?
Surveillance video from a nearby gas station shows Dakes purchasing $10 worth of gasoline, which investigators say was used in the fatal arson attack. Authorities say both suspects had prior connections to local businesses, including the victims. The backstory, investigators say Poole worked for Koza at Tropic Bay Water Gardens about a year ago. Just days before the murder on May 18th, Pirates Cove restaurant in Galesville was burglarized after hours. According to Anne Arundel County Police, approximately $6,000 in damage was done and $11,000 in receipts was stolen from a safe. I don't know if that read how it should have.
For reference, for anyone listening, Davidsonville also was a township like within 10 minutes of where David and I lived. Pirates Cove, the restaurant he just said, I worked at one point as a teenager in high school.
Yeah, I don't know if that sentence said it, but
So
one of the other articles said that.
Are both of the?
Hold on, I got a little more.
Okay.
But that was supposed to say that he worked there too, or she worked. One of them worked there.
Are they both she's?
No, it's a dude and a chick. I think his girlfriend.
Okay. Okay.
The owners confirmed to Fox 5 that Dakes was employed at Pirates Cove. There you go. So the chick. Police say Poole is the person captured on the restaurant security footage and has been charged in connection with the burglaries. Surveillance video from Pirates Cove is now part of the investigation. So that's like a basic summary from like an updated article. But basically, yeah, like the fire department responded to a burning vehicle in the parking lot of that store, which is right off of 214. There was
I've
a
passed
body
it a million times.
Yeah, it's right before Riva Road, I think.
Went down 214 right before Riva. What was the place called? Tropic
Bay Water Gardens.
Okay.
So yeah, they responded to that. There was a dude in the passenger seat. He was bound. They couldn't figure out why or what. So that's like the latest updates.
And then there was
I watched the video, and it's just like a 10-second clip of like pouring gasoline on the outside of a car.
Super bright fire. Yeah. What if this was a like like a revenge thing? Maybe this weird, creepy old dude raped his now girlfriend when she was a minor 3 years ago, and they're like, fuck this guy. I have no idea. I'm just throwing that out there.
Should have done something about it then. And he was the one that worked there. She wasn't. And then the fact that they also robbed Pirates Cove, I doubt that was
a good point.
The thing.
Good point.
But yeah, they said he died of blunt force trauma. So I'm guessing my thought is they like hit him. And they were like, crap. Oh shit, we hit him too hard. Let's dispose of the evidence.
You don't bound the dude.
Yeah, man, in case he wakes up. I don't know.
No, in case he wakes up and his truck fire that you set, his truck that's on fire because you set it. Man, words are good.
Well, maybe he wakes up because it's on fire, and then he can like break a window. I don't know.
Anyways,
look, dude, I wasn't there.
Crazy.
That's hometown news. These kids would have graduated today from Southern.
Well, they're going to graduate to getting their...
Someone's bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit pushed in real quick.
Yeah, so I figured at least mom would have said something.
I'm surprised. My first thought was I'm surprised she didn't say anything. So now I'll have to text her.
Be like, Mom, what the fuck?
Did you hear about this thing that happened 10 minutes up the road? Yeah. Mom, meatloaf.
Fuck. So to go back, do you think they should be subject to, obviously they're not, but if Maryland had, like, do you think that's a good reason or like that's a good punishment?
I'd like to get all the facts of the case and everything in line and like know every detail. And then once all that came out, like they're going to do at court. So once the actual verdict came in, I'd like to know all the...
You don't think that's enough detail? It's premeditated first-degree murder. Like, they literally went to the gas station to buy gas to burn this dude's car.
What if this guy was an old gay man and he raped the guy when he was a young teenager? Or I don't know. I just want to... It doesn't necessarily have to go down that road, but what if there was something that happened, there's a reason that they're like, I need to get this evil man off the earth. You know what I mean?
Well,
not saying that happened. I'm just saying.
Neighbors described him as a quiet man, well liked in the community, with no children and few known
so
relatives.
was Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. You never know. Never know.
I think regardless, they deserve it.
Oh, even if this guy was a serial whatever, pedophile. Or rapist.
You can't just take justice into your own hands. That's not the way the world works.
To Spider-Man, David.
Oh, he's a he's a superhero.
Tell that to...
And I don't think Spider-Man would wait a fucking year.
And then burn a guy alive.
Yeah. He would just wrap him up and then call the cops.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
So, welcome to Maryland.
I guess my verdict would be then yes. Just on the facts that I know, yes. I would say they do too. Yes.
Okay. You're saying so many things that like segue into other things I have.
Just call me Paul Blart. Because he's got a segue in the movie.
Okay, I get it.
Gotcha.
I was like, what does that have to do with cops? Or pretend cops?
Yeah, security guards, yeah.
Yeah. Genociding out back?
Steakhouse? I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's plausible, right?
What is?
I don't know. The steakhouse? Also, another thing about Maryland that I just like random shower thought is like nothing can touch down in Maryland. Like the Redskins, planes, helicopters.
Hey. Tornadoes can.
Only in La Plata.
Oh, what about the one that ripped through South River?
Oh, yeah. I think that was like a fraction of the one that destroyed all of La Plata.
Mm.
You don't remember that one? That's the only reason I know there's a town named La Plata.
Now, I only know La Plata because I caddied a golf tournament there one day.
Huh. You know why Santa doesn't have any children?
Because No, I don't.
He only comes down chimneys.
Damn. Did I tell you my...
Did I come down your chimney?
Did you check? No, I was gonna say, did I tell you that I got this guy reached out to me about sales and like being a salesman that I kind of sort of considered for his he does a lot of like mirrors, like a mirror, right?
Yeah, so you could, all you thought was that you could see yourself doing it?
Hey.
I figured I'd cut that one off before you got me.
I really thought I could see myself.
Another 10 minutes in with like a Tinder date at the gym.
I really like to play them, so like you don't see it coming, but I guess that was too obvious.
But the problem is that you get me so invested, and then once I find out it's a joke, I'm disappointed.
That's the point, man. I don't want it to seem like a joke, but in reality, you know, it is.
Yeah.
You know the difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer?
A couple letters.
The taste.
Mm.
Two deer walk out of a gay bar and one says to the other, "I can't believe I just blew $25 in air."
Uh-huh.
What's black and screams?
A coffee pot.
It's a Stevie Wonder answering the iron.
Oh, we're actually going there. I thought this was like last week when you tried to get me to say cunt and it was actually coconut.
You know, there's a Catholic priest and a rabbi and they're walking by a playground. The priest says, "Look at all those kids. Want to fuck them?" The rabbi responds, "Out of what?" Young Jewish boy asks his dad, "Hey dad, I need to borrow $100. Dad goes, $100? Oh wait, how's it go? Fuck.
Not like that.
Oh, okay. Young Jewish boy goes up to his dad and says, "Dad, I need to borrow $100. Dad goes, $80? What do you need $20 for?"
What?
he's trying to work him out of anyways.
Okay. I didn't know if I was missing something.
Yeah, you know what you do after you rape a deaf girl, David?
No.
You break her fingers so she can't tell anyone. This was left over from last week. I'll stop.
That's like complete 180 from the ones you said last week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was like,
they were
try to make me say something vulgar,
lists.
but it's not. Okay.
Yeah. I had the raunch and the acceptable.
In the Italian? Oh. Like salad dressing?
No. Yeah.
I have some of that raunch.
Can I get the raunch instead of the blue cheese? Thank you very much.
All right, how about a game?
How about it?
I want to put your history knowledge to the test.
Fuck. Okay.
Kinda, not really. This game is called Historical Events. I'm going to give you a historical event with a vague name, and you're going to tell me what you think the event was about.
Like a real historical event?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just first anxious to see how vague this is. Guy shot, now dead.
Not yes, but in a different.
Okay.
So the first one is the anarchy.
I'm thinking either like the American Revolution or like the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War.
No, those were called the American Revolution and the Civil War. This event was dubbed the Anarchy.
Oh, January.
It's not like
6th.
a nickname for. Okay. don't think I like it, but I don't think I've ever heard it referred to as that.
Okay. What event? Historical event called the Anarchy.
I guess you're not,
Jesus,
because you probably won't know them, so you're not guessing what they are. But like, I guess based on the name, like, what do you think it was?
That's an
uprising. What do you think it was? Who do you think it was between? When do you think it was? Blah 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 blah.
The people versus some government.
The Anarchy was a brutal civil war in England and Normandy from 1138 to 1153, triggered by a succession crisis after the death of Henry I's heir, leading to a power struggle between his daughter, Empress Matilda, and his nephew, Stephen of Blois? B-L-O-I-S? Blois?
Sounds right, Blois, yeah.
It's like if you knew a girl named Lois and she like gave good blowjobs, you called her Blois.
Yeah, stretching pretty thin there, David.
Sounds better than Blois. The conflict saw years of indecisive warfare, shifting control, and widespread lawlessness, with neither side able to secure a lasting advantage as barons grew increasingly independent. And then there's more, but... So, basically, civil war in England and Normandy from 1138 to 1153.
Kind of right. The people versus the government, yeah, sort of, in a way.
Yeah, and the insurrection. And,
wasn't really a government, but, you know.
Yeah. Okay, how about the diet of the worms?
The diet. So the big hole was dug. That means we got rid of their food. They eat dirt. So we had to get rid of the dirt.
Is that what a diet is? What's a diet?
Like a diet? Like D-I-E-T, diet?
Yeah.
Get Diet Coke?
Yeah. What does that have to do with a hole?
Well, if there's a bunch of worms in the area and you dig out the dirt, they're gonna have to go on a diet because there's no dirt to eat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Guess I'm wrong.
No, you honestly, I didn't read it yet, so.
In that case, it was some kind of like mine or excavation event, like the gold rush, because they're digging a lot of dirt. There you go. I'm going with the gold rush, San Francisco, California,
which is an event dubbed the Gold Rush, right?
Fuck.
I think I just said that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Diet of the Worms in 1521 was a formal assembly of the Holy Roman Empire convened by Emperor Charles V to address Martin Luther's teachings following his excommunication by Pope Leo X. Luther refused to recant his views before the assembly, defending his criticisms of the Catholic Church despite the risk of being declared heretic?
Heretic, yeah. There you go, Eric.
There you go, Eric. Yep.
Heretic, Eric.
Heretic. Here you go, Ericatic. As a result, the emperor issued the Edict of Worms, condemning Luther as a an outlaw, marking a pivotal moment in the early Protestant Reformation.
Are any of these going to be anything anyone's ever heard of, or should I just go way off the wall here?
No. I mean, that's the whole point. Is it's not going to be like common.
Okay, I gotcha.
And it's not going to be what it sounds like.
It's not going to be what it sounds like.
Well, it is, but not as like it's not going to be like where there was famine, so we ate worms.
Yeah. Or the worms went on a diet is how my brain worked. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Which is a perfect clarification to give you before this one. The War of Jenkins' Ear.
Jenkins' Ear. It's fucking Jenkins' Ear. This is some kind of pirate something here. Let's see. This is in 1648. Blackbeard was in the Caribbean, and he was, he was famous because he had his beard that he lit on fire during battles, like as fuses, and it was all smoky and stuff. And he had a necklace of ears on, and that was the first time people saw him with the ear necklace. And the first guy's ear on the necklace, his name was Jenkins.
Definitely the closest you're going to get to anything.
Nice.
Off by 100 years, but...
Wow. Okay.
The War of Jenkins' Ear was a conflict between Britain and Spain from 1739 to 1748, primarily fought in the Caribbean and New Granada, and later overshadowed by the War of the Austrian Succession. The name derives from Robert Jenkins, a British sea captain whose ear was allegedly severed by Spanish Coast Guards searching his ship for contraband, an incident that was used by British politicians to justify war.
Wow, you're right. That's definitely as close as I'm going to get. I got Caribbean, close to the year. It was also ships, and wow, okay.
Yeah.
Do my Conor McGregor strut here. Okay.
You should get this one. I would think you know this one well. The Night of the Long Knives.
The Night of the Long Knives, huh?
Come on, Google.
No, it was a text.
Oh. Were you texting Google?
The Night of the Long Knives could mean a few things.
I think it could mean more than a few.
A lot of stabbing, a lot of pokey. Touche. Huh?
Who are you touching?
No, because fencing and swords and stabbing and Night of the Knives. Long knives.
Long knives.
Long knives. This would have been the year of our Lord 1312 when...
1312 was the year of our Lord?
I thought that's just something they always said, no matter what year it was. The year of our Lord 1294.
I guess we'll have to look into that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the year of our Lord was... The year of our Lord was 1 or 0.
No, I feel like that's like a old timey, like the year of our Lord 1712.
I don't think I've heard that. I've heard the year of our Lord, but I don't think I've ever...
Because it's always our Lord, it's just the year we're in. So the year of our Lord 1404.
The year of our Lord refers to the years counted from the traditionally... Okay.
So they would say
So
that.
yeah, I guess it is anything. It's just anything AD.
So this is, like I was saying, the year of our Lord 1312. And, long... I don't know, man.
That's when your boy from high school brought the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, some Cutco knives.
Hey man, you interested in some cutlery? What was it called? The Long Knives War? Or just
the night of the Long Knives.
The Night of the Long Knives. So I'm just, some kind of assassination is my guess. I don't have any specifics, but some kind of assassination where there was one guy or like a group of people were fucking cut.
Funny enough, it was one guy and a group of people, and I'm surprised you didn't know more about it.
What year of our Lord was it?
The Night of the Long Knives was a violent purge ordered by Adolf Hitler to eliminate political rivals and consolidate his power, targeting leaders and other perceived threats within and outside the Nazi Party. Carried out by the SS, Gestapo, and other Nazi forces, this resulted in at least 85 deaths, possibly hundreds, signaled the end of SA influence, and marked a key turning point in Hitler's dictatorship and the Nazi regime's control over Germany's legal and political systems.
I feel like I've probably heard it, but...
I figured that would have been left in like a diary passed down to you.
No, it just makes me think of Tom Cruise.
As Hitler?
No, he was, what was that movie? Valkyrie, Operation Valkyrie, where they tried to blow him up. They almost did, but they didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I have one more, but I don't feel like reading anymore, so.
Okay. Would you like me to read for a minute or two?
No, I'm okay reading. It's just fucking paragraphs. Well, we can just leave everyone wondering. It's called The War of the Golden Stool.
Don't Google it. Leave your comments.
Yeah.
4 people. And Josh, hey, make sure to...
I think Josh just watched his episode and then he just watches the shorts.
Yeah, he does. He's also on the Team Gorilla, just so you know.
Well, he's also wrong.
I guess I have a little football related question thing sort of for you if you want to try and answer it. Okay, cool. So
okay.
In 2028 the Olympics are coming to the US, right?
Yes, and go ahead and you probably know.
So flag football is in the Olympics, and the NFL has okayed NFL players playing the Olympics. So flag football is 5-on-5, 5 offense, 5 defense. I wanted to know your starting 5 offense and defense. Current NFL players. This will also be 3 years from now. So there could be a couple, but current where NFL players stand now. If they were to field a team to play tonight, who's your starting 5 on both sides of the ball?
I don't like this question so far into the offseason because I've brain dumped so much.
I've got my offense pretty quickly.
It's not the same guys playing offense and defense?
No, you get 5 different on each.
And what are the positions?
Kind of whatever you want. So offense, you could do 1 quarterback, 3 receivers, and the person hiking the ball / blocking / also going out for a pass after they've blocked. You could do quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, and then that same person in the middle.
How often are you going to run the ball?
But also NFL running backs can catch. So that's the thing. Like this dude could be a dual threat. Like if you do want to run it, I don't know how often. I don't know a lot about flag football, but maybe every now and then.
Okay. I don't know enough about.
I don't either. I'm really looking for. Let's preface it like this. Let's do it like this. Running back, quarterback, 2 receivers, and then a guy who can like hike, block, but also play offense if he needs to. A tight end, basically.
Tight end?
We'll call it tight end. We might be totally wrong on that.
See, but I wouldn't go tight end.
As your hiker blocker / can also jump out for a quick dump out pass?
No.
Would you go?
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'd go Lamar at quarterback just because I think that's what you do.
Little Spaniards running around trying to chase Lamar Jackson would be hilarious.
Yeah. If I had to go a running back, I don't know, maybe like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, I'm going Saquon.
Jahmyr Gibbs would smoke the shit out of Saquon. And a hurdle's going to stop you from getting tackled, but it's not going to stop you from getting a flag fucking yipped from you. I'm thinking dudes with moves and speed.
My word of the day, getting yipped. From you.
So yeah, either like Gibbs or Mostert, probably.
Mostert? The fuck?
He's like
dude ain't even a water boy for this team.
I'm going speed, man.
All right,
so we'll go Lamar and Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I got Lamar Saquon.
I'm going to go DK Metcalf, who's going to be my big guy that would put anyone in the dirt and registered the fastest speed in the league last year, or the second fastest.
Mm-hmm.
Then even in 3 years, I still might go Tyreek.
Wow.
But probably instead of that, I'll go Justin Jefferson, just so I got a dude that can catch. And then I'm going to go Kevontae Turpin.
Wow. As your guy in the middle hiking, doing all that stuff?
No, that's going to be DK Metcalf. He can block, he can destroy people, he can out jump them, and he's fast as fuck.
Okay. Well, then what I'll do, so I'm going Lamar. I'm going to put Saquon in that position of hiking, blocking, catching, because he could definitely block the shit out of you. At running back, I'm going to go McCaffrey.
Dude, in 3 years, he's going to be in a body bag.
I said today, though. Like right now, you got to field the team. Like I prefaced it with,
I thought you said it's not for 3 years, so you got to keep that in mind.
I did, and then I went back on it. I said, actually, think of it. You got to field a team that's going to start tonight. Like there's a game tonight, and they're starting.
Then yeah, no hesitation on Tyreek then.
Okay. And then I'm also going Justin. So Lamar, Saquon in the middle, McCaffrey in the back, Justin, and I'm going Jamar Chase, other receiver.
You know, Chase Brown's faster than Jamar Chase.
Did you know Jamar Chase is a way better receiver than Chase Brown?
I don't think flag football is throwing 40-yard slant routes. I think it's throwing 10 yards and making a juke and going.
You think, but you don't know.
Right. Well, neither do you. That's why I'm just giving you my opinion.
I'm just going with better quality receiver over speed.
No, I think we should skip
Not to say
defense.
Justin or Jamar are slow by any means. Jamar can outrun any defense, and he does. Yeah.
Well, you've never seen a Serbian defensive back?
That's all you had to say to know that I could have fucking Derek Mason come out of retirement and outrun them.
So skipping defense, let me go to what I thought your question was going to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know you probably didn't see it because you don't see anything, but apparently
Call
there
me
was
John Cena, baby. Okay, sorry.
John C. Not is more like it.
That was rude.
So yeah, they said it's like every NFL or every like skill position NFL player is eligible or some shit like that. And some dude that plays like professional flag football came out and was like that's bold of you to say that. Like, what about the people that actually do this for a living? So someone had posed like the NFL should put their best 5 against the professional or 10 or however many the fuck it is, like their best team against the professional
So do a
flag
tryout
football
kind
team,
of thing,
and then like whoever wins goes to the Olympics.
yeah, I can tell you that's not going to happen, David. Guaranteed.
It's not, but I think it should.
It shouldn't. So that'd just be like in the Olympics. They also have in basketball. They have a 3-on-3 tournament as an Olympic sport. And guess how many NBA players were in the 3-on-3? 0.
That's an Olympic sport?
Yes.
Are you sure you're not just thinking of that 3-on-3 league?
Nope. Olympics, dude.
And how many are on it?
Guess how many? I don't know, but guess how many white guys and not NBA players were on the U.S. team for 3-on-3 basketball in 2024? All of them. No NBA, bunch of white dudes, didn't even medal.
What does that have to do with my argument?
So think of it as the same. You're not fielding a full football team to play full pads football. You're fielding the best of the best, where in the NBA it was they did have full on 5-on-5, and this 3-on-3 thing's like, yeah, whatever. Like easily they could have fielded
But why didn't
NBA players because they all went and played for the team. But
they couldn't do both?
But the only football, no, they couldn't. So I guess they could have, but they just didn't. I don't know. But the only football in the NFL or in the Olympics is the flag football, and all the NFL players are already saying how much they want to play. And then the fact that it got approved, it's only going to be NFL players. Guaranteed.
Right, but if they can't even beat the American professional flag football team,
you really think that they wouldn't be able to beat the American flag football
I don't know,
team?
but that's what I'm saying. Have them play each other, and then
think it'd be a
whoever wins
competition.
that.
I think it would just be
That I don't think that's a good argument for disagreeing with the proposal, because you don't think they could. So what if they did do it and the flag football team won? You still be like, put the NFL guys in there.
David. They would never beat them. No shot.
Okay, why not? Like you said, you're not hitting anybody.
Because
It's
they
literally,
are
you just
playing-
have to be able to catch a 10-yard pass and juke and be fast.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase can do that way better than any person in the American Flag Football League.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to say you're wrong. I just think that if they were able to beat them, then they should.
It'd be like
deserve
a college
spot.
team playing an NFL team. It wouldn't even be a competition. The skill set and the skill level is so skewed. It wouldn't even be close.
I disagree.
So you think that the American Flag Football team would beat the best NFL flag football
I don't know
team?
that they would. I don't think it would be a runaway. I disagree in that it would be like a college team playing a pro team, because it's a completely different sport. It's different rules. It's different strategy. Like literally all you have to do is be fast, be able to juke.
How do you know? You said you know nothing about flag football.
Now, what more do you think you have to do?
Be able to grab flags.
Okay. It's not, I think you learn that when you're 4.
It's a lot of, from what I've seen, it's actually a lot of deep balls.
How big's the field?
I think it's 60 yards, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 80.
Okay.
I don't know. I remember my GM from when I worked in Crofton. He was in the Flag Football Hall of Fame.
Like the real one?
Quarterback. Yeah.
Well, Kurt Warner bagged groceries, so.
Damn. I just watched that on the plane ride to St. Louis, too. Almost cried.
Was it good?
You never
Did
seen
you
it?
almost
It's
cry because
it's really good.
he played for St. Louis, and
No, it's
that's
just
why
it's a good heartwarming movie. You've never seen it?
Is that why you watched it?
No,
Because
I
you were
watched
going
it.
to St. Louis?
No, oh my god, I didn't even think of that. The fuck? No, it was like scrolling through movies, and I was like, well, people around me are going to see what I'm watching, so I'm not going to watch
Porn?
I'm not going to watch Help Step, bro. I'm stuck in the
Wait, I thought I was watching Step Brothers.
Right? Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry. So then on the way back, I was like, well, I'm just going to keep that theme going. And I watched Rudy. Watch Rudy.
Ah.
Also almost cried.
But you didn't because he's black, right?
What? Rudy is
I'm thinking of Radio.
David. Hey.
Yeah, the R's and the D's and the...
Yeah, to each of I was going to say to each of their own, but I guess that's not the right... Oh, man. Singing a radio. Funniest thing I've heard all day. Oh, man. Whew.
You want birthdays?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna do the usual game. Just kind of throw out.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to put my little twist on there of guessing what I think you're gonna say?
Yeah. So go ahead and type those out, and then.
All right.
How many are there? How many birthdays?
I got 5.
I think you're gonna get 3 right if I had to guess. Have I heard of all these people?
Yes, I actually called an audible on a few because I was like, I don't want to have to type out I don't know what that means again.
Right. I'm saying right, but I'm not listening because I'm typing a text.
Yeah, I figured. A couple of these I'm typing 2 things and I'm giving myself a half a point if you say the second thing.
Right. So, hold on.
I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when you hear these birthday people.
Birthday people. Bring it on.
Shia LaBeouf.
Crazy.
Hugh Laurie.
Hold on. I know who that is. Hugh Laurie. He's like a director or producer. Hugh Laurie, like, wrote this show. Hugh Laurie. Right? Am I right? He's like some...
Nope. He's a star of one of the biggest medical series on TV.
Oh, British.
Okay.
It's a house, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Short.
Gene Wilder.
Crazy hair.
Joe Montana.
Cannon.
Okay.
Maybe
I got half a point.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf. I had drugs.
Kind of coincides. Is that your half point?
No, that was my 1 point. My half
Give yourself
point was
another half point.
Okay. My half point for that one was Just Do It.
Okay.
Hugh Laurie was House.
Yeah.
Is he British?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Super British. Yeah.
Peter Dinklage, I juggled, and I ended up putting Game of Thrones first.
Yeah.
And then I put Short second.
Okay. Half point.
Gene Wilder, I put Funny. My half point was Willy Wonka.
Yeah, he's just got some crazy hair, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
By has, I mean had. Anyways.
And Joe Montana, that was one I thought you were going to say GOAT.
Oh, I thought you were going to I thought you were going to put
right
Montana.
off the bat. Now I had GOAT, and my half point was QB, and then my, I guess, quarter point was 49ers.
Okay. GOAT? Really?
I thought you would have that mindset of like I have a 19th of a second, and
there's only one, and we both agree who it is. So unless you said his name, that word's not coming out. Yeah, well, unless it was like another receiver or running back, or anyways.
Yeah, It's funny we said that little like high-low thing. How that's like how they say forklift in Michigan.
High-low,
because it's National Forklift Safety Day.
How bizarre.
Felt a
little forced,
and to double the bizarrality, just to go back to the house thing, it's a National Call Your Doctor Day.
Damn. Okay. It's getting a little weird.
And not weird, but it's National Corn on the Cob Day.
Could use some corn right now.
Corn. Did you know you don't poop out, like people say you don't digest corn? You're not pooping out the whole corn. You're digesting the inside of it. Yeah. And the shell is what comes out. That's the same thing. Same thing happens to me when I eat quinoa.
Yeah, I
got
don't
a load of quinoa in my crap.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't either unless you, anyways.
No, I do that less now than
unless you were married to.
I do that less now than I did in the military. That was my I'm fucking tired of brown rice, so I ate quinoa.
It is a good superfood, and I get it. Really?
So, yeah.
There's nothing to it. I'd rather have brown rice.
That's why you just
also, that brown rice, white rice
hot sauce and
bullshit. That brown rice is healthier than white rice?
Oh, it is.
No.
Okay. Continue going on.
The difference between the two is so minuscule that there is, if you think that I'm going to be healthy and eat brown rice as opposed to eating white rice, here, I got you. Stand by.
So when you eat a cup of it 3 times a day?
It'd be the same as eating white rice as far as the benefits your body's getting.
Okay. Prove it. You just got shit against brown things.
I dated one. Why would I hate them?
Yeah. Because of how it ended?
Yeah.
Brown rice is a whole grain. White rice. I said white rice.
I think it's like something about like the husk that's still in the brown rice you're not supposed to eat. So I don't know.
It has more vitamins and minerals. It's a lower glycemic index. It's higher in fiber, and it's a whole grain as opposed to a refined grain, which has bran and germ removed during processing, stripping away fiber and nutrients. Go with brown rice for more nutrients and better blood sugar control. Choose white rice if you're dealing with digestive issues, cooking for picky eaters, or need faster digestion before or after workouts.
But white rice has lower arsenic levels.
Okay.
Enriched white rice. That was hard to say.
That sounds like rice privilege.
So if you get the enriched white rice, not just the bleached crap, then it's close to being comparable or something.
Comparable?
I don't know. I think the internet lied to me.
I
read
think
it
so too.
in a book. Go ahead. Name that movie. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, get me! I had it, and then you asked, and I lost it.
I read it in a book.
It's like a gross, greasy-looking dude saying it, right?
Yeah, for sure. He's got a big bulge that he pumps up.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a gross, greasy dude. I'm like, yep, it sure is. Saul Goodman is gross. Or not Saul Goodman.
That's it. Here you go again, talking about white shit.
Oh, man. Do you
get it? Because his name's White Goodman?
Do you want an Ask Reddit?
You'd rather a white Goodman. You'd rather white rice.
I think Jim Brown was great. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but was he better than Roddy White?
If you would have said Reggie, I would have been like, well.
Oh, well, he's black. Oh, they're both.
Yeah. Hello.
Danny White?
Sean White. There you go.
I think
I'm slightly racist.
Yeah. Danny White's in the Hall of Fame. Oh, college football Hall of Fame.
So Jim, the Brown wins.
Would you rather have penis-sized nipples or a nipple-sized penis? That's probably my favorite thing about this podcast is when I say something and there's like a 2 to 3 second hesitation and I can like see you loading and you're like,
yeah, the cogs are turning, man.
Yeah,
definitely the penis-sized nipples.
So I'm going to guess that your approach is soft, but let's say they act the same as your penis. So like randomly throughout the day, they just like,
David, that hasn't happened to me since I was like 15.
You haven't had a boner in 20 years?
No, like randomly throughout the day without any thought or feeling of it just doing it on its own accord. No.
Okay, so what if you're just like making out with a chick and all of a sudden it's like,
hey, listen. Hey, you
now you have to fuck her with your nipples?
Hey, can I get a nipple job real quick?
Dubs. Skiing.
So if motorboating is with boobs, what would you call that with 2 dicks in your face?
Water skiing?
Water skiing.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm gonna hit the slopes real quick. I'm still sticking to my nips. That's a good answer. That's the correct answer, because a nipple-sized penis is like a step below a micro penis. That's like
But she got big nipples.
what's below? I don't. Both of them are small, so I guess you know what. Look, either way, I'm losing.
Okay, and the other one. Would you rather get $50 every time you yawn or 1 cent every time you blink?
Cent. I'm not a big yawner. Kind of like I'm not a big pooper.
There's a sentence that's never been said.
That could be an episode title.
We already got that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, stand by on average.
I got the stats. I want your...
Oh, yeah, definitely the penny blink. Yeah.
Okay.
I just blinked 6 times.
That's 6 cents. Good job.
I haven't yawned, at least today. I'm just not I rarely yawn. Very rarely. I'd probably make $100 a month.
So stay up late.
I do.
Walk around people that are yawning because it's contagious, right?
Or I guess I could just do it on
What do
purpose,
you mean
on
you
command
do stay up late?
all day. I guess I could just sit there and yawn all day and make $50 every time I do it.
Well, no, it's got to be like a genuine
real
yawn. Yeah.
No, I'm going pennies.
Okay. So I have 5,000 blinks to 1 yawn is the ratio. People who are on their phones or looking at screens constantly tend to blink less. This dude's job involves looking at a screen, and he plays video games. So let's estimate he's on the lower end of the spectrum, which I guess the average is 14.4 thousand to 19.6 thousand blinks a day. And he'll say he blinks an average of 15,000 times a day. That's enough for $150. Anytime he yawns 3 times a day, he breaks even with blinking. More yawning, and he's making more. Humans are said to yawn on average of 5 to 10 times a day. This guy working at night, he expects he's on the higher end of this ratio. So yawning for him, he'll make bank.
Like over my lifespan, the blinks would easily win.
I disagree. I feel like
no. For
I
me
feel like
personally,
you yawn
it's 1,000% true.
Like I don't think you remember every time you yawn.
I don't yawn a lot. I don't.
Okay. Next time we hang out, I'm gonna count your yawns.
You are gonna end up at 0.
Okay. I didn't know you could count.
I just don't. Now the more you talk about it, like I want to like yawn just because we keep talking about it.
Yeah. See, there you go. Just talk about it and yawn. Bam. $50.
Yeah, but at this point in the day, I would have already made $50-$60 off of blinking. Did you say Abe Lincoln? Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said,
Get that.
Hey, Blinken. Sorry.
You got that leakage.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie quote. You did not understand the reference, so we'll continue.
Well, you've also asked me 4 times, and I just brain dump it every time because I'm like, he's never going to ask me that again. And you always ask me that again.
I'm going to put it in my notes to ask you in a month.
with that, this week, for the second week in a row, I'm drinking from Brew Dog, brewed in Ohio. It's called Sorry I'm Latte.
Oof.
Like late.
Yeah, so it's like a coffee stout kind of deal.
It's a vanilla espresso stout.
Espresso.
Also 7% alcohol. It came in the variety pack that I bought my cherry chocolate shit last week, so I'm gonna give it an equally low score of like 7.5. Nah, 6.8. Nah, 7.2.
LaCroix, limoncello, Tito's.
Yep, got it. Okay. This week, your Ask Reddit is...
So this week on my Ask Reddit,
I feel like if your dad listened to this, he would turn the episode off every time you were like, this week I'm drinking LaCroix and blah, blah, blah.
Well, once I sent him the LaCroix and Tito's, he was like, actually, that sounds pretty good. I was like, it's pretty good.
Hey, if you want to do some advertising for us, next time you're on a plane, just like go to Instagram or something and like try to airdrop one of our videos to everyone who has their airdrop turned on.
That's a really good idea. Or even like just like when I'm waiting, just like walk up to each gate, like go from gate to gate, just airdropping it.
Just walk through the airport, just fucking airdropping.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
So this week on my Ask Reddit, David, I have a question. And that question is, what's a house rule you thought was annoying or you hated as a child, but you swear by now as an adult?
The first thing that came to mind is leaving the lights on.
Oh, okay.
Like when you leave a room, like turn the light off.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, like, as my salary has increased over the years, I'm like, what's another like $4 on the electric bill?
Mine was immediately shoes off as soon as you enter the house.
Okay. I'm calling it audible. Mine's, what do we live in, a barn?
It's not a house rule. Oh, leaving a door open. Gotcha.
Yeah. Because that's more like $40 to the bill when you let all the cold air out of the house. And we live in Florida, so it takes like 3.5 weeks to cool the house down.
Okay.
So
that's a good one. Oh, I was reading an advertisement as the first one. It said, Jesus struggled with family, money, and authority. Discover the parallels at hegetsus.com. That's not a response.
that was a rule from like kindergarten to 8th grade.
Jesus. We'll see. All right, a few responses I got. Laundry needs to be in the hamper or in the laundry room if you want it done. Absolutely not searching bedrooms to gather dirty clothes.
Well, what if the hamper's in the bedroom?
Then you're good because it's in the hamper. Okay. But yeah, don't use the sewing scissors for cutting anything except fabric. I'm so sorry, Mom. I get it now.
Okay, tell me you're a loser without telling me you're a loser.
No clutter. Clean up after yourself once you're done.
Okay, I feel like clutter is not like a cleaning up after yourself. That's like a mess. Clutter's just like leaving
random shit. You do not walk into someone's bedroom without their express permission.
Like express written consent?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, anytime I'm at your house or your houses I've been to, I've never gone in unless you're like, yeah, you can use the bathroom, or like, yeah, hey, come look at this thing. Like, I've never gone in just to, I'm going to go use the bathroom.
Like, yeah. I feel like that's like too explicit to even be on that list.
Chores. The amount of people that grow up without knowing how to do dishes, pay bills, go grocery shopping, and cooking. It sucked having these things growing up, but as an adult, I'm glad I knew how to get them done. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if
although you don't pay bills as a kid.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
no, you should still learn how to do it though.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I don't deal with it anymore, but mine is filling the ice tray immediately after emptying it. Got in trouble so many times as a kid, but once I had roommates and there was always no ice, and the ice tray also being empty, I, 35 male, damn near called my dad crying. I now enforce it in my household.
35 male?
Yeah.
Okay.
Esports good.
Never. Yeah. Okay.
Make sure the house is spotless before a trip. Nothing is worse than coming home to a dirty house. I for sure do that.
Yeah. I feel like that.
Because I know when I come home, I'm going to declutter my trip, and that's probably going to sit there all night, and then the next day I'm going to take care of it, and I don't want to just add to an already. Yeah.
I feel like that's more like best practice than I guess it could be house rule. Okay.
Finish a bag or box of something, cookies, chips, cereal, etc., before opening a new one. I mean, yeah, we have hundreds of half-empty containers in our cabinets, and I can't seem to drain my family into having only one open at a time. That kind of reminds me of, if you're going to open a soda, drink it. Oh man, that's drilled into my head.
I thought you were going to say we have hundreds of starving Ethiopians, but
no.
You didn't say that.
CJ, if you're going to open a soda, you got to finish it. Because I'd go crack open a Sprite, take a gulp, and it'd sit there for 8 hours. All the time. All the time. Do a couple more here. We aren't air conditioning the neighborhood. There you go, David. That you know what? You got to use that next line. We're not air conditioning the neighborhood or the cats, babe. Come on. I can hear it now. We're not air conditioning the dots. Let's go.
Yeah, I was just... I was literally just thinking like someone's going to be standing there and be like, do they even use air conditioning?
Shoes off at the door. That was mine. Absolutely. Do it every day. Although to be fair, now that I think about it, when I go to your house, I don't... Well, I'd say...
you do.
Yeah, most of the time I do. Yeah. Yeah. It's a rare occasion I don't. actually, now I think about
Unless it was like at the old house when you were
Going
just,
straight
like,
out
if
back.
I was out back.
it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Other than that, I can't think of a time you haven't.
Yeah, that's drilled in there too. No phone calls after 9 p.m. After 9 p.m. is for emergencies only. Absolutely not.
No, it was, you're supposed to wait until 9 p.m. because you have free night and weekends.
Yeah. Putting the toilet seat down. My girlfriend admires me and was in disbelief when she saw me do it for the first time. I'm great at doing it when I know there's females in wherever I'm at, but if I'm at home, fucking, I don't care. So if I'm over at your house and I use the bathroom, Kayla, obviously, your wife is obviously always there. So I put it down. Or if there's people over, put it down for sure.
I'm going to take a picture next time you don't, because we've talked about that. And I said, I don't know if it was the last time or the time before that
always
you
put
didn't.
it down. Always. Unless
take a picture next time.
Unless I'm like deep in the bag, then I'm not even thinking about it. But 99% of the time, I'm putting that bitch down for sure.
Okay. Innocent
got.
until proven guilty.
No, I'll die on that mountain. I consciously put that shit down all the time.
Okay. So I had a random thought the other day, and it's a little preview into my Ask Reddit.
Okay.
The saying, there's no place like home, is always used in like positive context, but doesn't at all imply anything positive.
Yeah, it implies memories, family, friends.
No, it doesn't. The words, there's no place like home. Like, you could be implying that like home is literally so fucking awful, there's nowhere else like it. Like, hell's not even as bad. Like, nothing about that saying implies positivity.
I think it does.
Okay. Go on.
For the exact reasons I just said. Like, my family, my friends, my memories.
Yeah, that's your interpretation. I'm just, at face value, there's no place like home.
Yeah, there's no place like the public bathroom at the rest stop on Highway 95 on exit 12.
And no one would know whether you're saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, because those words
but home typically implies a positive thing because it's your home. It's where your life is. It's where everything you like.
Yeah, unless
is.
your stepdad beat you.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't use that saying.
Mom was
you wouldn't
a
be like,
crackhead.
there's no place like home.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's my point, is that it's always used in a positive context, but nothing about the phrase itself implies positive context.
Yeah, there is. It implies that home is a nice, safe place that you love.
How do you get that out of there's no place like home?
Home, that word right there. Home. Home is
okay. So if you come from a battered home and you're like, there's no place like home,
you wouldn't say there's no place like home. Home is your sanctuary. Your
you
best
wouldn't
place.
Because of
right. But
I think
that's the minority. I think
what I'm saying.
The majority is that home is
the majority,
place.
if not 99.9%, mean it that way when they say it. But that phrase, like, take it out of any societal meaning, the words, there's no place like home, doesn't imply anything positive. It's not like home's so great, there's nothing like it. No, not one or the other. That's what I'm saying. But it's always used positive.
Sure. Yeah.
But it could very easily also be negative.
It could be, but it's not, because people who have a negative home life wouldn't say it. So the only people who say it have a positive home life. That's why it's always positive.
We're speaking the same language. We're just, I don't think you get what I'm saying.
The phrase itself is neutral, but it's only said in a positive context because the people who say it have a positive home.
Well, they say that because that whatever its origin or etymology is that.
Oh, I can tell you its origin. It's the Wizard of Oz from the 30s.
Okay, well, there you go. But I'm just
where
we'll press.
She missed her family at her home.
Okay, but if that was like a different movie where she came from like, the hood of New York City and was like, there's no place like home, and
it became a world-renowned phenomenon, then yes, it would be negative. But the fact that this movie turned it into a positive thing, it's positive.
Right, but the words themselves don't imply that, is all I'm saying.
You could say that about anything.
You probably could. So this week, my Ask Reddit is, what is a saying that just isn't true?
Gotcha. Okay. It's full. All the circles are full now. Gotcha.
Well, I'm not saying that's a saying that isn't true, but that's it along the same lines.
What
so
is
I have a
a
bunch
saying
of
that
responses,
isn't
and I
true?
have like self responses to there. You'll see. Do you have any?
A saying that isn't true. A saying that isn't true. I can't wait to grow up. No, because I guess as a kid you believe it. A saying that isn't true. What about like the grass is always greener? Something like that. Because maybe it's not.
Yeah, that's true because it's literally not. Like if you pull grass out of the ground, it's not green. It's brown and white and roots.
Okay. What about like I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Yeah, that could be
I
true.
couldn't even get that out. Like I thought about it and started dying, and then I tried to
drunk
speak.
to say this sentence.
Yeah.
All right, how about some inspiration?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have lightning never strikes twice in the same place.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Sure it does. All the fucking time. We literally invented lightning rods to exploit this.
For sure. And there's also people who've been struck by lightning more than once. Yeah.
Well, I doubt they were standing in the same place.
Yeah, but still lightning rods. Touche.
Yeah.
Hit it.
No one is above the law. I can literally name hundreds of people that are above the law.
Yeah. The U.S. government, my local government. Yeah.
Every politician ever.
Yeah, for sure. Chuck Norris, like, come on.
Yeah. Cheaters never win. They actually do win most of the time until they're caught, and even then, they rarely lose at all.
Yeah, for sure. Barry Bonds won.
Yeah, sure did. So did Tom Brady.
Bill Clinton won.
I think it's like Bill Cosby for some reason.
No, he lost it.
Yeah. We finally got one right.
Yeah, he got the L. Yeah.
Anything about not quitting or never giving up. Sometimes you should quit, and sometimes you should give up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have a response to this, but I before E, except after C.
Yep, not true.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah, tell that to my buddy with PTSD.
Ooh, that's kind of the perfect answer in a sad way. Yeah.
Yeah. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Did it. Was fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, bet.
Everything happens for a reason. No, it doesn't. Sometimes shit really just happens for no reason. Like what? My coworker's infant son got terminal cancer for a reason? No, life just isn't fair sometimes.
For sure. That lady didn't catch that goose today for a reason. Well, I guess because it seemed
You
to hurt.
said she did catch it.
Yeah, she did. No, I was
She had
saying
an ultra ball.
like she wasn't trying to catch it for a reason, but I guess there was a reason because she thought it was hurt and was going to take it to SPCA. I don't know, where you take a goose.
The lake?
Yeah.
Where else are you going to dispose of a body?
The lake. Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
A watch pot never boils. It will, in fact, eventually boil.
Yep.
Fun fact.
Good.
Practice makes perfect. No, it doesn't. Practice makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect. You need to practice correctly and consistently, but you can practice something wrong and learn it wrong.
Yeah. Tell it to the Redskins. Yep.
Yeah, they've been doing that their whole franchise.
Yeah.
Opposites attract. Birds of a feather flock together. One has to be wrong,
Does it?
right? Yeah, because if opposites attract and birds of a feather flock together, like that's...
I got you.
Yeah, okay. Good things happen to those who wait. More often than not, nothing in life changes if you wait around. If you want something good in life, you have to go and get it.
Absolutely.
Money doesn't buy happiness. Yes, the fuck it does. Now, if you're already obscenely rich, more money probably doesn't buy happiness, which is probably why rich people like to say this. But for the rest of us, it absolutely does.
1000% does. It literally, the whole world just, that's how I'd like to explain it. Like if I got 100 mil, just be like, I'd make a Zelda noise.
Which is the opposite of happiness?
I don't know. I think she's happy when she does that because she's like, I'm getting these fuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, but in the Zelda voice, I'm getting these fuckers. Okay.
All right, got two more.
Okay.
There's always next year. Yeah, Try being a Cowboys fan.
Damn, that was a little too personal.
Well, I wrote that response.
I see now.
Someone actually commented and was like, you must be a Leafs fan. I guess they're not good.
Maple Leafs, they always are almost there,
they
and
not?
then they're never there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the last one I have, laughter is the best medicine. Unless you're a diabetic, then probably insulin.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of good medicines out there that do really good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were good. I like that. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I think,
no, it's
Istanbul.
I've been watching these shorts or reels or whatever, where this dude just like runs up to random people in public, like in like crowded areas, and he has like a rolled up carpet, and it's a red carpet, and he just runs up and like throws it and unrolls it for him. So they like walk down.
I'm assuming most people like just try to avoid it. Like, what's this weirdo doing kind of thing?
Yeah, the one he did to this like old fat dude in like business attire, and he just like walked around it, but there was like a little 14-year-old girl behind him and came up and
she was like strutting her stuff. Yeah. No, I was gonna have you make. No. I'm gonna. You may have seen this before. All right, smile as big and bright as you can. Now close your mouth. Ooh, that's your model face.
I look like I pooped.
Yeah, I was going for more so like that. So like big smile, keep your eyes and eyebrows where they are. Close your mouth, seriously.
Yeah, I look constipated. Ooh, like Gumby from here, so damn pixelated. I wouldn't go in the kitchen without shoes. I guess it was glass.
Oh, I was like, wait, but I took my shoes off at the door.
Do you have to take your shoes off in the basement?
Yeah, because you got to go through the house to get to the basement.
Okay. Even if it's like cement floors and all you're doing is playing World of Warcraft with
because
no
you
friends?
entered the house, which means shoes off.
Okay. Did they loot the house?
Unless I'm having a party in my basement and people are going in and outside and they're dragging a bunch of mud in, and then I got to scrape the carpet for like 3 hours the next day. Oh, yeah. That never happened. That never happened.
And then you and like
to be fair, that same party though, she goes, "Who slept in my bed?" I was like, "Fuck." Someone went in there. Somebody, like, she knew her bed had been unmade and tried to be remade.
You mean slept in?
And I don't know what they did.
I don't think the term would be unmade. Like someone went in there and their only purpose was to like undo.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris. I'm gonna get you in trouble. Gotcha now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you want to fuck them tonight? Raw?
Yeah, long and hard and with my nipples.
Is it gay if you fuck them with your nipples?
Ask Reddit, man.
Because let's think about it. It's not a sex organ, right?
It is
And
if
when
your
you get
nipples are dicks.
No, the size of dicks.
Ooh.
It's still a nipple.
Oh, so they're big floppy nipples?
So when you get a colonoscopy, your doctor puts his finger in you. And he's not gay. So if you put your nipple in them, like, is that gay?
Yeah, David, that's super gay.
Okay.
Hey, what'd you and your buddy do last night? I put my nipple in his butthole.
Legally, it's not gay, but botanically, it's gay.
I got nipple AIDS, man. I don't know what to do.
Like hearing aids, but so, okay.
Nipple AIDS. So those are when you're born without nipples and you have to get stickers, and just like every time you take your shirt off in public or like around somebody, you have to put on your nipple stickers.
I thought nipple aids was like people that walked around with you holding your nipples up because they're so big.
Maybe you.
I didn't choose that. I didn't choose anything. That's why I asked these questions.
So to answer your question, yeah, fuck them, long, hard nipples, AIDS, and they're a bunch of gay boys.
Okay, bye, as Zoe would say.
Does she say that? Oh, yeah.
going.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, where are you, Jesus? Where are you?
You thought I would say that?
No, not Jesus. Christmas.
Same thing. Can't have one without the other, right? Literally, I guess.
Jesus.